Hello again, Beardos. Welcome back to Graybeard Disc Golf. In my special little care package that I got from Zach and Wanda over at Atlantic Disc Golf, they included a couple of discs, and one of those discs we're going to review today. It is the Crazy Hawk by Jester Discs. Now, to be clear, this is not a sponsored video, but they did send me a couple of discs and a meet for free to test so they could get my impressions, and that's what I'm doing here today. I've been a big fan of Atlantic Disc Golf for a while. I bought several discs from them. They were my go-to place to get ocean discs, the sea waste recycled discs. So I've been really happy with every interaction I've had with them, and they just seem like great people to deal with, and they put candy in my packages. I love that. So now I'm going to do this video a little bit differently today. I'm actually going to start talking, which is, if you've watched my videos, you know it's like my second favorite thing in the world to do. And then I'm going to kind of put the video of me actually doing the throws underneath while I'm talking, because I got a fairly strict script here and I want to stick to it. I want to hit all the points I want to hit. So Jester Discs is a smaller manufacturer with some really amazing discs. They have 5 molds currently. They've got the Love Putter, the Wild Think Putter, they got the Peace Train, which is their mid, they've got a Dreamweaver, which is their fairway, and then this Crazy Hawk. This Crazy Hawk was approved in March of 2025. It's their newest mold. The numbers on this are 9403.5. The Overstable 9-speed is a really popular spot. It's probably made most famous by the Firebird by Innova, which achieved absolutely legendary status in the hands of this guy, Nate Sexton. And yes, that is me. That is not photoshopped. I did a seminar with Nate and Thomas Gilbert and Sophia Denica and Chance Stad up at Smith Lake Farms a couple of weeks ago, and it was fan-friggin-tastic. Some manufacturers consider the Overstable 9-speed, they consider the 9-speed slot a distance driver, and some consider it a fairway. It's kind of up in the air, kind of what it does. I have a really old Valkyrie, and it actually says on an ultra long-range driver, but then there are others where 9 is definitely a fairway driver. So you've seen the slot. It's kind of evolved over time as manufacturers kind of push the limits of what flight numbers and what speed numbers should be. I think way back when 9 was a pretty fast disc, but now we're getting into stuff that's 14 and a half. I have a MVP disc. I think it's a Relativity that is 14 and a half speed, super wide rim. This is a disc slot that I think that just about any player can utilize. And today we're going to look at this disc and we're going to see, once we do our wrap up, if this is actually something I think that any player could use. It's one of the most versatile slots in the entire sport, primarily due to its predictability. You know, we know exactly what it's going to do. For beginners, it's a slot that's going to produce consistent results. It's going to have a wide margin of error. You know, if you just put it out there, it's going to dump. You know what it's going to do. If you don't get the perfect angle, no worries. It's still going to hook up. It's going to fade hard. Beginners aren't going to get a ton of distance out of this, and I've set myself up here about 300 feet from the basket, so I don't think I'm going to get anywhere close to it. I've definitely got other discs that will go much further than this, but that's not what I want out of it. And this Overstable 9 is going to give you a chance to really throw it on a number of different lines. Well, what did we learn about the Jester Disc Crazy Hawk? Well, the first thing we learned is that I should probably throw the disc before I write my introductions. I'm going to have to walk back on a couple of things, but we're going to start with talking about this disc for advanced players. For an advanced player, this thing is going to be absolute money. It's less overstable than, say, a tilt or a splice, so you can actually put some shape on it. It's more overstable than, say, a Firebird or some of the other overstable 9-speeds that are available. So as an advanced player, you should be able to use this to great effect. For an intermediate player like me, yeah, I absolutely could see myself bagging this, but primarily as a forehand disc. I don't think I would ever put this on a backhand for anything specific. It's not getting a whole lot more distance than, say, a tempo or a zone or even an overstable 5 or 6 speed or 7 speed. So I think that the forehand ability for me to shape this on a forehand, and you saw some crazy lines on those throws, it would work out really well. If you're a beginner, I'm going to say maybe this isn't the best disc for you as a beginner. I would probably push you towards something slower speed that does the same thing, like a zone, like a tempo, that will give you the ability to push it out to pretty much the same distance. If you're a beginner, you're not going to be able to throw this thing any further than you would throw a zone or an angler, a wild disc angler, or the Thought Space Temple, or any of the other overstable approach discs, because that's essentially what this would end up being to you, because it has so little glide on it. The flight numbers. 9-speed, now I flip-flop about it being a fairway or a distance driver. It's definitely a fairway driver in my mind. I think that you probably have to have a 10 or 11 or a 12-speed arm in order to get this thing up to be really super useful. But that's a discussion for another day. 4 glide, I think, is a little generous. It's probably only got a 3 glide, but it's definitely got 0 turn and 3.5 fade. The other overstable 9-speeds, obviously, you know, what each manufacturer considers an overstable 9-speed can be very different. I mean, just look at how all 5 of those other discs flew very, very differently. Particularly the difference between, say, the Fireball and the Firebird. No, they weren't all landed on each other. I just put them all there when I was doing the measurements. So I want to say thanks again to Atlantic Discs. I love what Jester Discs is doing, and I love the fact that they've got a really nice overstable 9-speed. Head on over to atlanticdiscs.com and check out their selection. They've got Jester Discs. They've got a lot of different manufacturers, including those Ocean Discs as well. So let's see. Firebird, look at that. Bag putt. There we go. All right, thanks again for joining me here on Graybeard Disc Golf. Lots of discs in my stack to review, so look for more reviews coming up soon. We'll see you next time.